So much of the Scarlet and Violet era is undervalued. We've gotten some of the best artwork we've ever seen in the history of Pokemon in the past year and a half, and a lot of it can be bought for under $10. Today I have another list of 5 more Scarlet and Violet cards that I think are undervalued. If you think a card is undervalued and you don't see it on this list, it may have been in part 1, so go check it out after this video. Or I might not have even gotten to it because there's so many cards in this era that are undervalued. Again, like last time, we're looking for cards with artwork that just doesn't match the price tag. At number 5, I'm going to put the Ninetales from Obsidian Flames. This card is worth $8 and I'm shocked. I know Obsidian Flames is a cheaper set with a small list of cards, but this card is way too beautiful to be worth a measly $8. The lighting, Ninetales being a beloved Pokemon, and the unique angle of the shot being through the vines makes me think that this card is way more special than people are giving it credit for. I think that the Scarlet and Violet era is going to age like fine wine, and that this card is going to age really nicely with it. I think it'll end up being in the $20s to $30. Such a cool card, I'm baffled by how cheap it is. In the number 4 slot, I'm going to put the Koraidon from Scarlet and Violet base. I think that this set is underrated in general and that there's a lot of really nice cards in it that people just don't give it the credit it deserves. I know that Miraidon and Koraidon aren't the most well-loved legendaries, but they are box art legendaries, and this was their first introduction into the TCG. On top of this, the Miraidon has been killing it in the market. It's worth $23 right now, and it was worth $12 a month ago. And right now, the Koraidon is sitting at only $13. A special illustration rare card for $13 seems way too cheap. So many people struggle to appreciate what is sitting right in front of them. These cards are so much cooler than what we give them credit for today. I think in the long term, the market will realize that these cards were way cooler and we took them for granted. At number 3, we have the Chin-Pao SIR card from Paldea Evolved. This card is worth $25 and is incredibly cool. Imagine if Tai Lung from Kung Fu Panda had a card. I would imagine that it would look like this. The snow leopard, saber-toothed tiger concept that they have with Chin-Pao is really cool to incorporate into Pokemon, and I really like the artwork on this card. Out of its legendary group, if you could call it that, I think it is by far the nicest looking. Anyways, this is a cool card. Paldea Evolved is a great set, and I think it's a great investment. At number 2, we have the Dragonair from Pokemon 151. This card is worth $15. That is criminally low for the beautiful piece of artwork that is this card. I love the foiling on this art rare and how it highlights the blues of the water and the Dragonair. I feel like everyone's focus always goes to Dragonite, and Dragonair kind of gets left in the background. And even now, when it gets its own illustration rare and Dragonite doesn't get anything, it's still being undervalued. I think most of the cards from the 151 set will go up a lot after it's out of print, and especially this card. Out of the illustration rare set, I think this is a contender for top 2 or top 1. At number 1, just like last time, we have a tie. This time, it's between Blastoise and Venusaur from Pokemon 151. These guys are always playing second fiddle to Charizard. Even if you look at base set prices, they're just so much cheaper, but not today. I'm putting my foot down, and I'm telling you today that they deserve to be worth way more than what they are right now. The Venusaur being camouflaged by lush grass and flowers around it looks amazing, and the Blastoise in the deep water looks so menacing. They also play a great part in each evolutionary story that their cards are telling. The Venusaur now roams and rules the forest, when in the beginning it was sitting and hiding under a tree. Then as it evolved into an Ivysaur, it started discovering, looking at itself in the reflection of the pond, and now it's the king of its environment. Blastoise falls in line with the story of how turtles grow up. They are laid as eggs on the beach and have to weather the surf as soon as they're born. In real life, this is a much scarier process than the Squirtle card is depicting, but I digress. Then it's getting the hang of swimming near the surface as a war turtle, and finally it rules and roams the deep as a Blastoise. These cards being worth $40 to $45 is criminally low for how amazing they are. These are my top 5 undervalued Scarlet and Violet cards. Let me know if I missed any in the comments, and if you haven't seen part 1, go check it out. My name is Jack, this is JBTCG, thank you for watching, and as always, stay safe out there.